What's up with y'all? Back again. Back with y'all some social commentary. Black people are leaving the Democratic Party, but they're not going Republican. So what are they doing? This is based on the Zogby poll of 2018 based on Secession. You know what I'm saying? According to John Gosby, 39% of the country supports breaking away from national government. On the eve of Saturday's doodle, a racially charged protest at the front of the gate of the White House, most of these that support secession are Democrats and blacks, according to the survey analysis. Among black people, among African Americans, the support is for 43% to 47% to leave the United States or to secede from the United States. And that was the highest group number of all the group numbers that polled under the Democrat Party. So in the question that the guy asked on the test, with statement A, the majority of residents within a given state prefer to have the final say over their destiny without control over Washington, then let them have it. It is their right. That was statement A. Statement B, if residents live within such given state to take such drastic measures and secede from the United States federal government, would they be justified in sending the military to prevent secession from taking place? So, as you see, most black people, from the according to this poll, the Zogby poll, which just came out a couple of weeks ago, or probably less than a couple of weeks ago, state that most blacks, 43 to 47%, want to secede. So they're not going to the Republican Party when these black people are disappearing. They're disappearing on African nationalism. The Democrats' main worry is losing the black woman vote. Last year around this time, they took a thing, and this is from, one of the things, the black woman has been mistreated and nothing more than a mistress or a side chick of the Democratic Party. Democratic leaders aggressively and publicly court other demographics, such as young people, educated white women, but spend little effort in securing black female votes. They had no reason to until now. Black women form the most reliable base of support for the Democratic Party, and yet now they are awakening to the realization they are nothing more than a fallback plan for the Democrats. The third annual Power of the Sister Vote, conducted by Essence and the Black Women's Roundtable, found an 11% drop in the black female voters, from 85 to 74% over a year, who believe the Democratic Party best represent their interests. In addition, there was more than 1 in 5 women who don't think any party represent their interests, an 8-point increase from last year. According to the survey presented to the Black Congressional Caucus, early this year, 63% of the black Americans feel like they're being taken for granted by the Democratic Party. That sentiment is strongest among black women ages 50 plus, who have watched for decades the black community and important issues go ignored. This year, there are more than 2,000 black female activists and elected officials penned an open letter to the Democratic Committee, Tom Perez, because now the Latinos got it, warning against the party's nonchalant attitude towards black women. The Democratic Party has a real problem. The party foundation has a growing crack, and if not addressed quickly, the party will fall even further behind and ultimately fail in its quest to strengthen its political prospects. Black women are highly politically active and civilly engaged in their community. The Sister Vote poll found that 98% of respondents were registered voters, and the majority, 61%, are active in their community. In 2008 and 2012 presidential election, black women voted in their higher rates than all other races and gender groups. Black women were Hillary Clinton's strongest support base, even though they weren't enough for her to get across the finish line. According to the exit polls, Trump handily won the female vote 52%, while an astonishing 94% of black women voted for Clinton, surprising the 82% of their male counterparts. If enough black women were voted, victories at the top of the Democratic tippet would be less assured and present an opportunity for conservative, independent groups to appeal to black women on issues they care about, such as health care, criminal justice, public education, living wages, and a rise in hate and crime, which is we hit about 30%, but that's the top 5. Progressives are focused throughout the Women's March movement and spend energy organizing rights for LGBTQTA, civil, immigration rights, workers' rights, environmental rights, and disability rights. Yet the living wage, job, and equal pay are the only 2 issues to occupy more than 10% of the black women's top concern. Reproductive choices garnered at 3% and is down 14% from last year. Paid leave came in at a dead 2%, down from 11% from 2016. Criminal justice forum and top concern for blacks of women of all ages in the area of opportunity. Over half incarcerated women in the United States are in jail. They are overwhelmingly poor, low income, and have high rates of substance abuse, and disproportionately are women of color. A whopping majority of women, 84%, are in jail for nonviolent crimes such as property, drugs, and public offense orders. Black women keep the family together when a spouse and parent is in prison and provide financial support for inmates as they reintegrate into society. Conservative libertarians are based in state and criminal justice reform for the incarceration, so they're trying to get the black vote. In Oklahoma, for example, expanded the bill to be a community sentencing drug court by eliminating prior and felony conviction requirement. The Republican-controlled Louisiana legislature passed a sentencing and parole reform where they anticipate to reduce the jail population of the next 10% for the next decade. My advice to the sisters is this. Otherwise, politicians will keep continuing. Our vote should not be expected, but vie for it. Otherwise, politicians will keep falling back on women's status and ignore our voices and overlook our communities. And that came from, they cited the women's conference and all that stuff like that Essence had. And so they had a poll on this. The thing about it is, though, and that's why the Democratic Party too, but I think our sisters done woke up. In fact, I know for a fact they done woke up. And as I said with the other poll, the Zogby poll, they're not really trusting the game like that. So Pan-Africanists and black media is really doing a good job on this. We got to keep on getting out here, spitting, keep on being active in our communities, like I said, form study groups, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to reference what you know. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Much love in the social commentary and much love to y'all, man. We out here doing a real grind day out here. Hey, peace.